young entrepreneurs Melody and Dante, Melody's sister Lila, and Dante's girlfriend Ruth travel to the abandoned Texas town of Harlow to auction off old properties to create a trendy, heavily gentrified area. While inspecting a dilapidated orphanage, the group discovers it is still occupied by an elderly woman called Ginny. When she claims she has papers to prove she still owns the property, an argument breaks out, briefly interrupted by a silent and towering man from upstairs. Jeannie then collapses from a heart attack and is rushed to the hospital accompanied by Ruth and the man. An investor, Catherine, along with a group of potential buyers, arrive in Harlow on a large bus, distracting Melody and Dante. Meanwhile, Lila strikes up a friendship with a local mechanic, Richter, and reveals she was a survivor of a school shooting, leaving her terrified of guns. Jeannie dies en route to the hospital. Ruth texts Melody before the man goes berserk and murders the officers driving the ambulance, leading it to crash. When Ruth awakes, she witnesses the man revealed to be Leatherface, cutting off Ginny's face to wear as a mask. Ruth radios for help before being killed by Leatherface, who makes his way back to Harlow. During a property auction, Melody reads Ruth's texts and prepares to leave with Lila. Richter overhears them talking about Ginny's death and takes their keys, agreeing to give them back. Once they provide proof, they rightfully remove Ginny from her home. Melody and Dante return to the orphanage to find them. Sally Hardesty, the sole survivor of Leatherface's previous killing spree and now a battle-hardened Texas Ranger, learns of Ruth's attack and heads out to investigate. At the orphanage, Melody discovers the papers and realizes that Ginny was wrongfully evicted. Leatherface arrives at the orphanage and attacks Dante, mutilating him. Melody hides as Leatherface retrieves his chainsaw from his bedroom. A thunderstorm hits Harlow as night falls, and Catherine and Lila take cover on the bus with the buyers. Dante stumbles out of the orphanage, where he is discovered by Richter before bleeding to death. Richter enters the orphanage and is attacked and killed by Leatherface. Melody retrieves the car and bus keys from his body before fleeing the house, reuniting with Lila. They get on the bus, pursued by Leatherface, who slaughters all the people aboard, including Catherine. Melody and Lila escape the carnage and come across Sally, who locks them in her car before entering the orphanage to finally confront Leatherface. She holds him at gunpoint, demanding he remembers the pain he inflicted on her and her friends, but is met by only silence before Leatherface walks away. Leatherface then attacks the sisters in Sally's car, but they are saved by Sally, who shoots him. Sally gives Melody the keys to drive away before pursuing Leatherface. Leatherface ambushes and fatally injures Sally. Melody hits Leatherface with Sally's car before crashing into a nearby building. Melody is trapped but orders Lila to run away. When Leatherface appears, Melody apologizes for what they did to Ginny. As he moves in to attack, Lila attempts to shoot him, but her gun is empty. Sally shoots him instead, and he flees. Before dying, she encourages Lila not to run, as she will be forever haunted by him as she was. Lila then takes Sally's shotgun and pursues Leatherface into an abandoned building where she is ambushed and attacked. Melody arrives and takes Leatherface's chainsaw before using it to uppercut him, knocking him into a pool of water where he sinks to the bottom. They escape, and Lila finds Sally's hat and puts it on before starting the morning drive back home. However, Leatherface emerges, still alive, and drags Melody out of the car before decapitating her with his chainsaw. A horrified Lila watches as the self-driving car takes her out of Harlow. Leatherface dances in the street with his chainsaw and Melody's head. Leatherface makes his way to the house where his original massacre took place in 1974.